men just
As a
come with
general
so
matter.
much.
Yeah.
The broke ones come with cheating. The rich ones come with cheating. I'd rather my man cheat on me while I'm up in the penthouse and I'm taken care of so I can go use his Amex in the morning
Yep.
and dry my eyes with a Chanel towel than to be like, you stole little crab legs on the food stamp card. That's not.
That's crazy.
The last transaction was $4.99. It was you. Like, I don't want to go through that. But I feel like me as a woman, I hustle for me not to go through stuff like that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I can provide. Just like I want vacations and nice things, I know that I can spend a bag. Any guy that I've ever dated can tell you that I do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? I spend money on my men because I'm a little trick when I like a man. I want you to have nice things too, Zaddy. Like, I want you to feel special. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get a masseuse. I'm going to get a private chef. I'm going to book us first class tickets away. But I'm going to reciprocate the energy you give to me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do that to someone that, is not doing much for me. So I don't go for men that ask me, what do I bring to the table when I'm clearly the table? What am I going to bring? I'm the table.
Well, I mean, we didn't know that. That's why we asked. We asked because it was not.
She said, Rico, take your boat
obvious.
somewhere else.
It was not obvious.
Growing up, I feel like a man is supposed to like treat their daughter like a princess. So I don't go for anything less. I'm conditioned to that, right? So I feel like I'm spoiled. I want my way. I don't like the answer no because my dad literally, if he had to work 2, 3 jobs, he was doing that to provide. It was never really a no. Even when we didn't have it, I'm not a rock, what the fuck? Yeah, whatever. So I don't.
Like you said, like
Not a
Rothschild?
Carter. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not a
okay.
Carter or anything. But, I feel like my dad always made a way. So I feel like a man should always make a way. I feel like I'm not gonna work my hands to the bones to provide. I'm not gonna work 16 to 20 hours a day or a week to provide for my family. You're the man. You have the penis. Go get a job. Get 3 jobs. My man has 2 jobs. Go get 7 jobs and 2 side hustles to buy me the things that I want because I'm a woman.
That sounds stupid.
That sounds like a Jamaican. With 7
Love
jobs.
Jamaicans.
With 7 jobs.
I love a Jamaican.
You know what's so crazy?
I mean, a Mexican can do that too.
That too.
I love Mexicans.
That too.
I had got into a big debate about this, because somebody posted a video on the podcast, and I don't know, they said something about men being the hunters, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, yo, you know what? Everybody be speaking, and nobody know anything. They just be regurgitating opinions. So let me go do some real research. So
Mhm.
as I'm Googling and I'm researching, and I was like, were women ever hunters?
Mhm.
Right? During this
course.
hunter and gathering
course.
phase. And actually, some civilizations, they were even the sole hunters. Actually, in the 300,000 years, besides the last 9,000, this is what they said, archaeologists have found that women were equally hunting and gathering as much as men. So this new mindset, which is up about 9,000 to today, 9,000 years ago to today, is why we have this issue. And I say this all the time. I have a daughter, and I spoil my daughter, but I also correct my daughter because I don't want to bring another woman to this world who's entitled for no reason. You did not earn anything. You have to make sure that you've earned whatever it is that you've gotten. If you're going to have a good man that's going to treat you right, it's because you treat that man right, not because you're a woman, not because you're pretty. And that's what I want all men to start to instill in our children and our daughters, especially right now, because right now there's just too much because you look pretty, you get X, Y, and Z. And that I don't subscribe to.
Actually,
what's
don't.
the reward
Oh.
for looking good?
Nothing.
Great question, but I actually don't think that it's fathers who are instilling that you are entitled to X because you're pretty. That's more so men who are seeking that woman because your daddy gonna think you pretty regardless.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
He's not gonna tell you ugly.
What?
Exactly.
But listen, yo,
He's not gonna tell you ugly.
we know as a parent.
No. But wait, no. Your
Just
your
like
daughter,
your daddy.
your daughter.
Which one got it and which one don't.
No, your daughter could be a
Just like your
booger
daddy,
wolf,
girl.
but are you gonna tell her to her face
Word again?
a booger wolf?
No, we're not.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So
But us saying that is like, this is what I'm saying. Initially, I said because you're a woman. That was
Mhm.
my initial thing. Like you, like as a little girl, and I say this all the time. And anybody who has a daughter and a son will subscribe to this. Your son makes, let's say your son, I don't know, throws a dish. He's gonna get a different reprimanding action than if your daughter throws that dish from a male standpoint, from a father to son versus father to daughter. We're gonna reprimand our child different for the same actions, which I don't like, which is in my mind conditioning some women to do X, Y, and Z and think that there's no real repercussions for it because growing up they got different repercussions than their brother. And I seen that in my own household with my own sister. You know what I'm saying? My sister got off the hook all the time. I was on the hook for every goddamn moment.
But I feel like
But that's
me
why
too. I feel like the
I
men
didn't
in
have
my
no
in my
brothers, but my ass
household,
was
my
getting
my
beat.
curfew was shorter than the men in my household. They could stay out later than me. They can do more than me. Then I'll take it back to what you said about the hunters. So we're gonna take it back to the Bible days and the hunter thing because now you can. It may be a man like you that made that Google article that you read, and that's not.
No, it does.
That's
no,
not
it's
a credible source.
and we're typing shit
That
up.
is not a credible source.
I did
It's not
want
credible.
to say
You know?
I remember those times in social studies
Yeah.
classes, and the hunters and gatherers is actually just like it's a terminology for the time, but the hunters were the men, the gatherers were the women.
Yeah, so let's know, but let's
Okay,
let's
so
take it back.
historically, this is what it's about. It wasn't so much about the gender; it was more about the strength.
Mhm.
So when if you had a frail, small woman, she wouldn't be a hunter, obviously,
unless she
right?
was a great.
Unless she excelled in archery and she could, but it's not about the gen. It's really more that men traditionally are
Capabilities,
bigger
yeah.
and have more physical capability than women do.
Traditionally,
I
now,
feel like
and
in the
here's crazy
Bible-
That is
thing, right?
absolutely correct. But where can you show me or whatever article, whatever,
A bunch of articles.
research,
just type
site,
it.
Rico about his
whatever,
article. No,
It's a whole
that
bunch.
there
Made
was
last week by
women
him.
going out in the trenches trying to hunt
there were
the lions?
There was
No,
a
that's
lot.
not. There were
You just
civilizations
watched
where
the
women
whole
did.
movie
but-
called The Woman
But
King.
let's-
There was a group of
the
women
whole
who were
world-
actually the warriors.
Okay, but the whole
right?
world is it's still the same. Besides the United States, if you go to other countries, women are still women, and men go and work, and men provide for women. America, the men want to be bad bitches so bad.
Sassy.
Sassy men. This
I mean,
is a sassy.
Look at the
Where have
leg.
you
man
been?
Look at the
apocalypse.
leg,
Let me ask you a
y'all.
question. Where have you been? Where have you been? In what country? In the inner city with the not rich people and the not tourist people?
Wait, say it again.
Where have you
You say,
been?
where have you gone where you're not
Where
where the
you?
tourists
Where
are?
is your source coming from? An experience. I want you to say, hey, listen, I went to Pakistan. I was in X, Y, and Z city, town, whatever part, state, whatever, and say I was with the people. I saw the dynamic. A lot of times people get up here, especially from America, and we try to quote outside
But
things.
my family is not from America.
Well,
I was waiting on you to say it.
and I was just about to say home.
I was waiting on you to
Literally,
say
I
it.
don't- My family is foreigners as well, so I have family that's foreigners that got it out the mud, and a man was still a man, and
So
a
women
woman is
don't
still.
work in Trinidad.
I don't think that's what she's saying.
No, I'm
They
not
do.
saying that, but I'm saying that a man is
Everybody
still a
works.
man. Everybody works nowadays, but even going back to when women couldn't work and women were marrying because they had to marry for financial needs. It is always conditioned for a man to be a man. Even in the Bible, I want someone to come with cattle to my family so they can marry me. I want someone to come with riches and stuff that they bring to the table so they can marry me. That's how it was back
But
in
you
the
know
day.
what
So
it
why we
was,
gotta
though?
change this?
Because your family had cattle too. So we weren't we weren't combining.
It didn't say that in the
No,
Bible.
listen, the way it works was this.
Where is
Your
that at?
family was bringing to the table as well as that family's son. So you were literally conjoining both families' assets. You saying I'm a woman who's pretty and marry me because you have whatever is not how it was back then. It's like
Yes,
just
it was.
historically.
It never said in the Bible. It literally said in certain passages and stuff like that that men were going for the woman that they liked or was attracted to, not because their family had something to bring to the table.
I mean, we got.
I think
back in
what
the
you're
day,
saying is so historically, rich men can overlook if a woman came with nothing.
Nothing.
Nowadays, a woman can come with nothing and marry into.
Yeah, now that's what I'm saying. But
That's
it's
now.
always been that way.
It's
Like so,
always been that way.
independent, wealthy men historically could always overlook that. But other men, like when you're saying is he might have came with the cattle, but you are going to inherit the land. So he had to be strategic and marry you because his cattle was going to work your land, and you guys would be a prosperous life. So there's always been wealthy
Exchange.
men who had the freedom to say, I can choose a woman solely based on her beauty, and she doesn't have to bring anything to the table, and I'm taking her, but that's not the norm. That was a luxury.
That
It's
was a
luxury
rarity.
today.
I think that
That was
everything
a
we're
luxury
talking about right
today.
now is a luxury.
What we're talking
'cause
about is 1% versus
Well, it's always been a
99%.
luxury.
I can sit here. We can all sit here and say, "Hey, well, listen, our lives aren't like the rest of America, okay, or the rest of the world." But when we start to really talk about these topics, we have to start to talk about them from a realistic standpoint on what reality is.
No,
for
can
everybody,
I
or
can we
majority.
can I clarify that? We have to talk about it in rules, not exceptions. And that's the problem. Whenever people are talking here in comments on all these platforms, people always want to say, well, I know somebody. Yeah, I fucking know somebody too.
Mm-hmm.
Whoop-de-fucking-do. You know what I mean?
Realistically,
More people
It's
that-
always it's
Right.
always a somebody. It's always an outlier. There's always an anomaly. But anomalies are exceptions. Outliers are exceptions. We have to talk about the rule. We have exceptions because there are rules. And that's really the problem. Like people just love to talk about shit that's it exists, but only for an incredibly small percentage of people, you know? Like 9 times out of 10, nobody in here is living a regular fucking life. Let's just be real.
I'm very humble.
You know what I feel? I feel
No,
like
but no.
life?
Humble or not, no,
I live a regular life.
I don't know.
no, humble or not, like the numbers will let you know where you fall.
a
Why
man
chicken get
that
the fuck out my
is
face?
financially okay, sometimes they don't want a woman to be all the way up. Not saying he wants a broke woman, but it comes with stuff too because women leave out of that feminine energy when they have to work too much or when they have to provide or so women talk to you crazy
Not me.
sometimes
Let's put a
too
star
when
on
you
that.
have
I
because
hope y'all
I feel
zoomed in
like-
on that.
I feel like certain things, if I'm broke or if I need you, I'm gonna kind of listen more. Now, if I'm all the way up, babe, what you says to me? Make you eggs. You better make me some eggs.
That's the American.
Like-
I've been
mindset.
working
I've
hard.
been working hard. Well, why would I make you eggs? But if I'm a little poorer, it's like, yeah, babe, sure. You a
Let
little
me
eggs?
wake
Well,
up on
cheese,
these
want some
3 hours
cheese?
of sleep
But
and make you a whole fucking grand slam.
Make you an omelet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want some cheese?
The
and
real
some-
note is not
I
that
said this
because
shit a
you're
long time
poor,
ago
but
now.
It's because he's doing everything
For you.
Mhm.
Right.
It's not even about you being poor because even if you had a little bit more money than you do,
Mhm.
he's still doing everything for you. So that is the whole point.
I want to feel that way. I want to feel like I need my man, but I want to feel. But I'm that kind of girl too. Like I want to feel like I need my friends. I want to feel like you add value to me
Yep.
somehow.
Of course.
I don't. If I am texting, I'm like, dang, I'm really hungry. I don't need words of encouragement. I don't need you to be like, I need a cash app to come through to my phone. And anybody
Go
that
get some
doesn't
lunch.
like it, I feel like you should date on your level when you're
Yes.
not having these conversations.
Say that shit.
I feel like, you know what I'm saying? It's certain levels, it's certain classes, it's certain verifications. everybody can buy a blue check now. Life is not as easy as buying a blue check. It's literally levels to this. And I feel like stay in your level. Stay on your level.
But you gotta understand, women with money don't
Yeah.
ask for money.
You need to.
Women with money don't. Women with money don't ask.
Who said that?
I've been dating a lot of women with money, and they don't want a single dollar.
Maybe I do.
Word.
So
I have money and I've literally always been a hustler and I'm going to ask for because closed mouths don't get fat. But it depends what kind of guy you're dealing with too because some
You ain't gotta
niggas,
ask.
You ain't gotta ask. What am I asking?
You just gotta complain. You be like, damn, why is this ticket going up $700?
I agree with
Right,
you,
what-
Rico,
Yo,
but it's a pride thing.
the crazy thing is,
I don't
Like,
be asking for
How
shit.
did you lose that Chanel
I
bag?
actually did.
Again, every week you
I
lose
was
a
dating
Chanel
someone
bag.
and we were going out on a date. I thought the date was going to be earlier because it was my schedule that was a little fucked up. So we had to wait a little bit later, but I was like, bro, I'm hungry right now. And they sent me money and they were like, go get some lunch. So, occupy your stomach till later. And I was just like, not used to that. I was like, okay. And then they did it again one time and I was just like, okay. So what do they think what I am? I don't know. I didn't know if to be like offended, like, why are you keep sending me money? And I kind of mentioned it like, you don't got to do that. You don't got to keep sending me money. But after a while, I was just like, should I have said that? I should have just let the money keep going. But I'm not the type of person because I'm very independent.
Prideful?
And I'm very prideful. As I am prideful.
I
Prideful
understand what
and
she means. I would be like.
I would feel like, I would feel offended if you didn't send me money. Like, block.
I would be offended that you sent me the money.
I said I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm not.
Block.
That's
No,
why. But that's
I'm like that because I would be like.
yeah,
why-
I'm not a
if we're
person
going
that
on a date,
expects
you're not
money.
My boyfriend. Don't be familiar with me. Like if you're not my boyfriend, you're not my man. Don't send me money. If it's like, babe, first of all, I wouldn't even have to say it, but please don't be familiar with me. I would be very offended, and I probably wouldn't even gone out with you.
I feel like
For
look
me.
at the world we live in on Instagram. If I go live right now and someone buys me a badge, am I gonna be like,
That's a good
why
point.
did you send me a badge and pay that
first of all,
money?
that's $1.99.
It doesn't matter. It's
It
still
does
giving
matter.
you
That's not
money.
no
It's
meal.
still giving. So what's the meal?
I
A
mean,
meal is
that's
not
what the
$1.99.
How much
lives
did he
are
send?
for.
But how much did he send?
That's a good point.
But I'm just saying, it's giving you money. You're gonna be prideful. Be prideful all around the damn board.
But there's a difference between.
You don't have to be my boyfriend to send me some money. I'm on a site called Luxy List, and literally it's just a site where you can just put gifts and people buy you gifts.
Really?
Yeah,
Yo, they've been making
I
begging
feel like
so easy.
people. You have nice feet.
Oh,
You
thank
need to get paid
you.
for that. You need to get paid for your
Okay,
feet.
what about
Why-
mine?
Let me
They are
sit
right.
down a little
Because
bit.
I
They're
did my
right.
pedicure myself.
Amanda said, "What about me?"
Amanda's leg was shaking. She was nervous.
What about
Don't step into that life. It's a
No, we need to talk when the show is over because
No, you need to get paid, but that's what I'm saying. You need to get paid to exist. I feel like if more people, even men, if you thought that you should get paid to just exist, imagine how much money you can possibly make. People make six figures
that
with
makes
just
sense.
feet pics. You can
Send
make
me a site that works.
so much money that from anything. So I'm not gonna get offended if someone wants to send me $400 for a foot pic and he's not my man. My man would be like, hell yeah.
You better take them $400.
That's like to me. That's more of a business
Transaction.
You're
I'm gonna
just-
give you
yeah.
this
That's
because
different.
You're
Because
weird
it's
and
like,
I'm gonna get this
I
from
have
you.
Okay, so I'm making a profit on my business right now. If I'm on the live and I'm doing something, you guys send me some love. That's
Okay.
cool. On a personal level, right? I'm switching the hat. Don't overstep your boundaries. For me, I'm just saying. So when Amanda said that, like it completely resonated.
As a single woman, you feel
For
like
me,
they're gonna.
for me as a signal, don't send me no money. Did I ask you? I said I was hungry. Let's go to date earlier. And you sending me money? Like, what do you think this is? Did I say?
I love when people send me money.
no, but it's like I feel like other girls would be like, ooh,
I don't like
yeah,
that.
they just sent me.
I would.
Why not? I'm so confused.
I mean, the thing is, we have to think about it, right? They've made begging become normal. Like,
But I
you
don't-
can-
that's not
begging.
begging.
Hold up, time up.
begging is like
Whoa.
please.
Wait, hold on. Let me finish.
Requires a question mark.
Right.
They made begging become normal. We have Lux lists, which if you could just get
Luxy
paid for
lists.
gifts. We got women putting cash apps in their bio. We got women putting Zelle information just in their story just so they can beg. Nowadays, everybody's just, especially women, are just like this, walking around with their hand out because they painted their nails and their toes. And I mean, their hands and their toes. And it's crazy to me because that takes a lot away from you as a person, right? So when you are used to getting things just handed to you for your mere existence, you have not acquired any type of fundamental stability and strength and really just morality. It starts to vanish little by little into a point where you're in la la land and you're walking around thinking you're Beyonce and all you are is an Instagram influencer.
Who said that?
I'm just saying this is what I'm seeing. I'm not saying anyone said it. I said it. You know what I'm saying? I said it from my own analysis. I said it from what I'm
But an
witnessing
Instagram
happen on a daily
influencer
day.
is a big person.
Listen, some of them are and some of them are not, right?
Mhm.
But some of them are working. Some of them, I'm not saying you can't get money and don't accept a gift, but I'm saying if that is your sole mission,
Mhm.
it's just to say, hey, give me, give me, give me, just because I'm here. Eventually, that's the same person to be washed up by competition.
I
have
feel
a
like that's
question.
the same thing with artists. If you like their music, you're gonna buy a ticket to the concert. If you like this
That's a good
girl
point.
and you like her feet, some people have real fetishes. It's not because they like a polish. They literally love to suck on toes. They literally beat their meat to feet. They literally
This
in their
is a cum color
brain.
white that I specifically got on Amazon. So please give
Wait,
me.
does it say
Give
cum
me.
color?
Yes, please give me this.
lying.
Amanda,
No,
you gonna
I'm-
do it anonymously?
Yes.
No, I'll put my name on it.
I'm about to say,
And Erin, that's why.
I'll put my name on it.
Amanda's
And I did my own pedicure, so
if you
I
gonna
did-
do it, stand on it.
I'll put my name on it.
If you want to send feet pics,
Aaron's
stand
feet.
on it.
Stand
I'll probably get a toe ring that says Amanda. They won't know
That's
I
Amanda.
fire.
want,
who,
I
but-
want them to know. I
Fire.
want my
Like
daddy to
Mandy or
get a shout out
something.
on these feet and my mama because these were got honestly.
I have
no,
a
yeah, I
friend
got my
with a
mama
foot
feet.
page and she has 20,000 people on her.
Yeah,
foot
we need to
page.
chop it up after
But
this.
this is what I'm saying. So I'm saying that I feel like I totally disagree, and I feel like imagine someone that just gets paid to exist. How dope are you? Like how dope?
I wanna
people
be
I didn't even think
walk
about it that way.
around.
We're not saying like,
Wanna be
there's a lot
dope.
of celebrities that do, right?
Can we touch on some title to it?
I've gone to school for 15
Wait,
years.
I was just about to say that shit.
15 years in school.
I was just about
You
to say
out
that.
here, you got your life coach certification, and you think we should get paid the same that you got online?
But that's what happens. This is the
I
world we live
agree.
in.
But what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to separate entitlement with reality.
Mhm.
In a sense where just like if there was a dude with mad money, right? But he walked into a room full of girls who are give me for my existence, is that dude with mad money entitled to have sex with all these girls? And he would actually walk around and act like that, and those same girls oftentimes will say, "Oh, he thinks he's all that. Oh, he turns me off." You know what I'm saying? And he actually ends up losing more than he gains because of his sense of entitlement. So now what we all are kind of saying is the outliers are the outliers. The exceptions to the rules are the exceptions to the rule. There's always going to be somebody who is going to make it off of something, whether it be the feet pics, whether it be podcasting, whether it be YouTube, rap, hip hop. But the reality is, and this is actually a big reality check for me when I was back in high school playing football. 1% of every football player in high school gets a D1 scholarship.
Yeah.
Or 2%. 1% go to
It's
the
a
NFL.
league, yeah.
2% gets a D1. So I'm like, well, damn, we got 50 people on the team, and we got 3 high schools in my town. That's 150 people. So you tell me only 2%. You're telling me about 4 people, 4 people might get a D1 scholarship here. So the reality aspect is going to hit everybody if you work off of a sense of entitlement just because you're good where you're at. You know what I'm saying? The scale is different. You could be a 2 right here, but you could be a 10 over there.
True.
You understand? So now when you enter the real world, that is the part that we're trying to separate the reality from the entitlement within each individual, men and women.
Well, I live in Delusion. I think that
I love it. I'm not. Give me a high five.
I love your honesty.
I love it.
I love your honesty.
I won't argue with that. I promise.
Love it.
Where do I subscribe? I want to support. I want to support.
You got to get a few shrooms.
Yeah, I'm scared of that, but.
I think that everyone should live in delusion because it literally gets you to the next level in life. Like, I feel like if I wasn't poor and thought that I would be that girl and wanted nice things, then I would get the best outfit from Rainbow and go nice places. And I'm like, yeah, this is definitely like an expensive outfit.
It's actually what they're calling imposter syndrome these days. I've heard that circle in like different interviews and podcasts very recently. Imposter syndrome, where you never heard of it?
I have.
Yeah. That's where you. That's more so when you second guess
No.
yourself.
I think it's kind of like a manifestation. Like, I
No,
feel
imposter
like
syndrome is when you have reached success,
But you
and
second
feel
guessing
like
it.
you aren't really deserving of it.
Right.
You really shouldn't be that person.
Oh, so pretty opposite.
I'm
Go ahead.
deserving. I'm deserving of everything.
I
If
think that's
I
what it is.
walk,
I don't
if
think
I
that's
walk
delusional,
into
though.
Roof Chris at 5:00 after like the work, rush.
I can definitely get a
work
free
rush,
meal.
I'm gonna get a free meal. If I
Absolutely.
leave my purse in the
Absolutely.
car and put in my head that I'm gonna get a free meal, I'm
Absolutely.
gonna get a free meal because I'm delusional enough to attract the energy that I want to get a free meal. So I feel like if everyone lived in that delusion where you just get paid to exist, you said that your friends, you're like, why are you going to work? And you're getting paid to exist by your gift of gab
No, hold
and
on,
people
time
wanting
out.
to know your
I put with-
opinions,
well,
right?
No. Hold on.
Is it your looks?
Slow down.
Okay.
I've been doing this for a decade. My resume, my entertainment media resume,
Let a nigga
that
know.
is lit.
Period.
You feel me?
But
I
I'm just
wasn't
saying,
This was no just delusional opinions here. This
right.
was real life.
Some people will say that it might be delusional on their in your opinions. But my thing is, you put your work in other aspects, but you lived in a space where you thought that what you're talking about is important to you. It might not be important to someone else because you are the show's debater, right?
I'm just a real one, and but
He is very argumentative.
but
Very
I say I'm
argumentative.
just
That's
a
what I
real
said.
one.
So in his opinion,
That's
it's
all
like
subjective to per
Very.
person, by the way. Just want to let everybody know we're gonna get that on record. Okay, I don't live in delusion.
And shit, me neither.
he's delusional
So let
enough
me
to
ask you this
think that
question.
he's not.
I mean, if you look the part,
Miss
you act
Pretty
the
Lady,
part.
Let's
You'll get the
I want
part.
to ask you a
Bro,
real
I'm
question.
so scared because the turn, it just made me like a little nervous. I feel like this is like a serious question.
It's not.
I hate being
It's
serious.
super not serious.
Okay, fine.
It's a hypothetical. If everybody lives in delusion
Mhm.
based on your delusion, right? And I say, well, I'm gonna go to Roof Chris, and I'm gonna leave my wallet, and some girl's gonna pick up the tab.
Or guy.
Doesn't work
Whoa.
for a guy. And it only
did not-
probably
Maybe
will
a guy
work
will
if it's
pick
a
it up.
guy.
Look, maybe a guy will
Right.
pick it up.
That's exactly why I said
I'm
that.
speaking on my delusion, not y'all. Okay.
But we're speaking on the reality.
No.
Right.
So if I said
The realities of
you got
delusion.
10 Ricos walking into Roof Chris,
Mhm.
and 10 of yous walking into Roof Chris, right? We all left our wallets in the car. We are all operating in this delusion.
Mhm.
And there's only us 20 people in Roof Chris.
Mhm.
How is anything?
No, you need the non-delusional people though
But you need to delude. You need
to pay for the meal.
So the
Man,
delusion.
we an office party that day.
Yeah, like
It's like we're all
Listen, I feel like the delusional people will make it work because you're gonna take a piece
I
of
was
your
about to
hair and put
say,
it in a
it
chicken and be like, it's
sounds
chicken.
like
It's
responsibility.
it's hair in my food. It's hair in my chicken. It doesn't taste good.
in the new
And you're gonna
FDA
get
fake
your,
chicken.
Your meal for free.
No,
At
that's
Roof Chris, $20 off, not free.
At Papados is free. Shout out Papados, Houston, Texas.
Papados.
Oh. No, this is a good ass conversation.
It was hilarious. It was.
Yeah,
so
we got to get you back. That was a good conversation.
Iconic.
Well, I live in delusion.
I
There
was
were a few of them.
Where I knew you guys
didn't
were
know
gonna ask
Erin.
me to come again. I
I
just
didn't expect that.
Didn't I tell you that I was gonna come again? I'm so damn delusional.
I'm so